Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up, what's up? If you're a subscriber, welcome back. I know the title is kind of like the elephant in the room, but we gotta talk about this, okay? We having girl talk, okay? So the first topic, I'm looking down because like I'm trying to make sure that I stay like on topic with y'all and not like veer off. But it's being a black woman in the military. It's really hard in the sense that you don't get treated the same as you would your counterparts. And when I say counterparts, y'all know what I'm talking about. It just seems like we are on such a pedestal of that we should already know how to do things. And it's so weird that I have to like constantly say this, because if y'all checked my other videos where I said like I was just so frustrated for the fact that like it sucks, like people just have this high ass expectancy of you to know what you're doing already. When how would you know? Like 3 years ago I was in college. Like, why are you expecting me to have all this military knowledge? Like, do you have this military knowledge? Like, I don't know, it just feels like we're always just being micromanaged, or just it just be very much so small microaggressions, right? So another thing that I noticed here, well, just in general, just my career, I've only been in for 3 years. 3 years, I made 3 years in July 10th. But it's just weird, like they want black women to really just, we always have to be humble. Okay, people know that I went to college. Yes, I have my master's degree, actually have two. And that goes into how I got into the Navy. I was gonna tell y'all how I got into the Navy, but this is a great time to tell y'all anyways. It's pretty fucked up, but we're here, I'm working through. It's just, it is what it is at this point, right? So I was getting my master's degree at Parsons School of Design. I did my master's in 2 years. Instead of 2 years, I did my master's in 1 year. So I took 19 hours the first semester and I took 17 the second semester. I did New York Fashion Week. And I also had an internship with Manolo Blahnik, where I was basically doing their PR for them. Yes, this is a lot. And I had school every single day, Monday through Friday, and the classes were like 3 hours. Mind you, the school is in Manhattan, and I was living in Brooklyn at the time. So the commute, and then it's just a lot, right? So my second semester, I went into the Naval office. And I was like, hey, I'm about to finish my degree. You know what I mean? I would like to go to officer school, because in the Army, you go to boot camp like everyone else does regularly. And then you get pinned. I don't know what I think it's specialist. And then from there, after boot camp, you go to OCS. They told me at the time that that's exactly how it was. Navy was. It's also my fault. I should have checked and did my research. My mom was in the Army, she's retired from there. So I just assumed from growing up that it was the same way, you know, my mom went through everything, that the Navy would be the same. That's my fault. Should have did more. But my mind wasn't on that. You know, I was 17 credit hours plus an internship, and then still working for, I graduated in 2017. So I did fall New York Fashion Week, and I also did spring New York Fashion Week. So it's just hectic. I just was trying to keep myself together, so when I graduated, that, you know, I would have a job. You know, we're in the whole panini. So good thing I did graduate, like I did come into the military. So the night before I went to MEPS, I guess, well, the recruiter had told me I was going to boot camp, and then I would go to OCS. And then I find out that I go undesignated. That's how I became undesignated. I did not receive any money like everyone else did. So that was another bummer also. I went in undesignated. I didn't get any money. And then the night before I was leaving for boot camp, a officer actually contacted me and told me to not get on a bus because they had found out what had just happened. So I thought when you go to MEPS, they tell you, you know, you get sworn in. If you don't go, you'll be a deserter. So I thought that it was like they were basically trying to tell me, like they were trying to, like, I don't know, they were just trying to like trick me or something like that, because they said that you were going to start getting all these phone calls, and that's exactly what happened. I started getting all these phone calls after I had sworn in. So I was kind of scared, and I just got on the bus. So when I went through boot camp, they saw my heart card that like it goes by, you know, years. So, you know, your 12th year is high school, and then when you graduate with your associates, it's 14. Then with your bachelor's, it's 16. With your master's, it says 18 on there. So when I was in boot camp, I was getting my ass kicked because they were saying, oh, you think you better than everyone because you have your degree and college doesn't make everybody. But I didn't even go in there like that. Like, my whole mindset was like, oh, I'm just going through boot camp like everybody else is going through boot camp. I was getting my ass whooped. So then I went to A school, and then someone contacted me through there, and it was like, hey, we heard what was going on. We're trying to help you, but we can't because you've already signed your contract. But when you get to your first ship, which was a lie, they can help me get over to OCS. It's hard when you're in E3 and no one knows how to help you. People only know how to help you when you're in E5 to go to LDO, or almost E6 to go chief warrant officer, because that's the only way. Because I've already aged out of Naval Academy and I can't do seaman to admiral because I've already got my degrees. That's the point. So I just, my first command where I was at was a carrier, and I just got in really good with the captain and XO and CMC, and everybody was trying to help me. And you know, I just kept trying to blaze through, like, my time is coming. I just keep working towards it. I keep working towards it. You know, I'll go to OCS. That's why all those videos I made, I was studying and like working towards it. I'm still working towards getting my going to OCS and putting in my package. I have not given up. Like, it's not happening. Like, your girl is still, you know, like, we gonna do this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. I don't know how, but we are going to get through this. You know what I mean? So that's my story, and I just want whoever is going through this, whoever may see this, that it's okay. Us black girls, we can be happy and have our degrees, and sometimes we get fucked over, but it's all good. But because I do have my degree, a lot of the times, I don't care about that. So a lot of the times they always try to humble me, or it's weird. It's such a weird thing to use the word humble, because people have been in the military for 20 years or something like that, and you see somebody like me coming in. I already have my degree, they're working on it, and they want, like, people always want me to, my makeup got me, like, my eyes running, whatever. So, like, sorry about that, like, my eyes just, like, I try not to get sad about this, because there's somebody that's probably going through something like a lot worse than me. I'm just gonna use this instead because I don't know, it's really sad though, you know what I mean? But yeah, so there's people that are on the ship that are like working on their degrees, that are chiefs, that are first class, and when I got to my first ship, they wanted me to help them, and I was just like, okay, cool, like, I'll help you, but it's not going to be free, because if I'm still working and doing my job and then you still want me to do your work for you for your college degree, I don't understand how that makes sense. So when I stand up for myself, now it's trying to break me down. So I had a third class who told me to my face, and a lot of people remember this, she's out of the Navy now, but she literally was like, why are you so happy? And I was like, I'm just a happy person. Like, I know some of y'all hate y'all life because we're going to work, but I'm getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, and a lot of people can't say that. Well, I don't think that's right. There's got to be something behind it, why you're so happy. I was like, I'm literally legit happy. Like, I'm getting a paycheck. Like, I woke up, I have somewhere to stay. A lot of people cannot even say that. Like, it's literally the smallest things that you should be thankful for and grateful for, that someone is praying to get what you have. Like, I'm not understanding why I should be upset. I know that you guys hate y'all life, but I don't hate my life. Like, some days I do, but like, it's like the 1% of the time that I hate my life, and I always try to make sure that I remain thankful. Like, girl, like, you're upset, and there's people that are praying that they could get into the Navy. They are praying to get into the military, and you have it. Like, I'm not understanding why I should be upset. And she used to just make it tough for me. She used to say to my face, you're not going to be an officer. They're going to get you. You're going to turn just like all of us. That's what it is. And then it goes into dealing with racism within, when I say dealing with racism, it's a lot of black on black, and I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's just what it is. Oh my god, I'm like really just out here. I'm sorry y'all, like please bear with me. Like it's just, I be dealing with a lot and I don't really tell people because I just feel like there's people that are going through a lot more things that I'm going through, and this is very minor. So like I can deal with it myself. But it just kind of sucks because like you're dealing with the black people like that are racist towards you. Like how are you racist towards your own kind? Like you should be trying to help, like, you know what I mean? But you're just making it harder. You're like 10 times harder on me than like the next person that you know is really fucking off, and you're just mad at me like every single day. Like I've been here for a year and I think I've cried like 99% of the time because like things just be happening that I just be like, this is ridiculous. Like I definitely shouldn't be going through this, and it definitely shouldn't be happening to me from my own kind. But I mean, what can I really do, right? It's the rank situation. But I just got to keep my eye on the prize, and that's going officer. It sucks. It really does. But I just want people to know that like if you keep a positive mindset, and there's people out there that are just upset, they're just, what they say, my mom says, misery really loves company. Yeah. And then my last one is friendships in the Navy and also friendships outside. So I learned that like people in the Navy are really iffy, and they're more so your friends when it's very convenient. And it kind of sucks because like you would think because you went through something so traumatic as boot camp, and you know they know the similarities of what you're going through, that they wouldn't try to play in your face. And people just have the tendency to do that because I'm such a sweet person that like I would give, if it was my last and I know you needed it, and I've always been this way and I know that's my fault too, that like I just don't want people to just, it's such a, shit is just really fucked up out here in the world. I just want people to know that like everyone is not against you, if that makes sense, because people always feel like there's an ulterior motive when people are doing something nice for them. Like I genuinely do things nice for people, but people just, it's just not what it is. It's just people are very much so users, and it sucks. Like I don't mind cutting people. I used to just hold on to people's friendships because I've known them so long, and I want to say since the pandemic has really happened that I'm not holding on to any friendships. I literally will cut you off like without a problem, because I'm not a convenience type of friend, and that's in the Navy and outside the Navy. Like if I don't check on you, you don't check on me. Like how are we having a friendship that's one-sided? Like that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me, right? Like what are we doing? Oh my god, it says 13 minutes. I'm already at 13 minutes, y'all. But yeah, so these are just some of the things that are just on my mind, and I just hate the fact that like as a black woman, when you go through so much, you have so much traumatic events and all these other things, and if you have a positive outlook on things, that things will change. Like they will change. They have to change. Like we know they will change. It just kind of sucks that you have to go through so much when it shouldn't be this hard. But life's not easy, right? But thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I know this is kind of long, but I just needed to get this off my chest.